Hello guys, in this video we are going to cover how to set up the project and how to execute the Java program in Eclipse. To open the project, I am going to click File, New and Java project I am selecting here. So it is asking the project name here. So we need to enter the project name. So I am giving my project name is my first project. Then you can select the version here. Whichever the version you want, you can select here. Then after selecting the version, click on next. So once you click on next here, so it will the source file is source directory is going to be created. Click on finish. So once you click on finish, double arrow mark is there. No, click on this or double click on my first here, and you will get src. So under src, create, right click on that, then create new package. So I'm going to type the package name here. Let us assume. So my package name is my first package. Then click on finish. So it is created my first package. Then again, right click on my first package, then click on new, then go for class. So I'm going to create a class here. So class name is, will show you whether to include main or not. So if I'm including public, then type the name here. Let us assume my demo.java. I'm including public here, then click on finish. So as you can see, main function is also, main method is going to be added here. So now we can write the code here. In this video, we're going to cover the comment lines of Java. So whenever we are writing the comment lines, that particular comment lines or whatever the text we wrote in the comment line, that particular lines are going to be ignored by the compiler or the interpreter. So these comments are used to make the program more readable by adding details of that particular code. When you're writing the method in our program, for example, I want to know or I want to give some description about the method, but the compiler won't understand that. For that, I'm writing in comment line. So likewise, based on the feasibility and based on the requirement, we can write any number of comment lines in that particular program. Whenever you're writing the variable or whenever you are using method or whenever we have any statement, if for that, if you want to write some description about that, we can write by the help of comment lines. And when you're writing these comment lines are used to prevent the execution of the program while testing the alternate code. Means what? Whenever we have multiple logics to perform one particular single task, then to test one logic by another logic, we need to hide the second one. So for that, what we need to do, we can include one logic in the comment line to when you're testing at the second logic, and vice versa we can do. And when we come to the comment lines here, there are three types of comment lines are there in Java. For example, I'm writing single line comment here. So I'm writing single line comment like this. This is a syntax here. When I'm writing multi-line comments, so I'm writing like this. Multi-line comments are used to demonstrate the methods, variables, etc. Like this, I'm going to write the multi-line comment here. So how many lines you want, you can write in multi-lines. If you want, you can. And the documentation section comment, third one is like this, we are going to write. So ash star star, this is also multi-line comment here. But if you want, you can write in multiple lines here, like a paragraph we can write. Then we are closing this. Like this, we can write multi-line comment. For example, whenever we are executing the program, let us assume I'm writing here system.out.println is a method we'll discuss later. Welcome to Dr. Rao EduQuest, for example. So we got only one message what we given in the print line statement, but whatever the statements we wrote here, the statements are not considered. So like this, these are the various types of comment lines we are going to have: single line comment, multi-line comment, and documentation section comment we can call this as. Or we can write like this: documentation comment line. So whenever, for example, I'm writing main here and I don't know main, for example, I'm writing like this. So this is main method. which is the first line executed by the compiler during the execution. Like this, we can write comment line, and we can also write in one line, or we can also write in the same comment line. We can write like this. Or if you want to, instead of writing the same comment multiple times, we can also write multi-line comment here by writing slash star and then star slash. Like this also we can write here. So when we run the program, it will show you the corresponding output. So in the previous section, we discussed the comment lines. Now we are going to discuss the various data types. So when we come to the data type, what based on the type of data or based on the type of value we are going to store into a variable. So once the value is stored, then the corresponding memory is going to be allocated. So like other programming languages, Java is also having two types of data types here. One is called primary or primitive data types, and the second one is called secondary or non-primitive data types. Secondary or non-primitive data types. So when we come to the primary data type, we have integer and we have character, we have float, we have boolean. So when we come to the integer type, the various types of data are various types of integer values we can store in the form of byte we can have, or short integer we can have, or integer we can have, also long we can have. In the character type, we have only one type character, and the float type, we have a float as well as double. So in the case of boolean also, we have only boolean here. So these are the various types of data types which we have in primary data type. So when we come to the secondary type, we have string and also array, then class, you can say class, interface, then enumeration type. So these are the various data types which we have in secondary or non-primitive data types, and these are the types we have in primary data types. So based on the data and based on the type of value we are going to store, for example, if you want to store a number, and these are the types allowed in Java, either we can store byte, short, integer, long. At the same time, if you want to declare a float variable, we can have either float or double, like this. So based on the type of data, we need to declare a variable to store that corresponding value. So when we are declaring a variable, the compiler or the interpreter has to allocate the respected memory. So these are the various types we have in integer, byte, short, as well as integer type, long type. If we declare the variable as a byte type, the compiler is going to allocate 1 byte of memory, and if it is short, 2 bytes of memory, integer, 4 bytes of memory, as well as the long, 8 bytes of memory. So whatever the type it is, we need to the compiler has to allocate the memory for the corresponding data type. If it is character, it is going to have the corresponding memory, that is 2 bytes of memory it is going to have. If it is float, 4 bytes, as well as double, 8 bytes, and boolean, 1 byte of memory is going to be allocated here. In the case of boolean, boolean means it will give true or false. So based on the value we have, it will simply specify true or false. It is not going to return anything here. So based on the type, we need to declare the variable. So we included in multi-line comment here. Now, so in the main program, we are going to declare the variable here. Let us assume I'm taking one integer variable. All types of variables will take here. Integer a I'm taking, then double price I'm taking. So like this, we can declare any number of variables here. Character, grade I'm taking, and boolean, some result I'm taking, boolean result I'm taking, then string name I'm taking. Like this, we can declare here. At the same time, instead of declaring like this, we can also assign some values here. For example, integer a is equal to 10, double price equal to 22.33, and character grade equal to, for example, a I'm writing here, capital A I'm writing, then boolean result equal to true I'm taking, Then string name equal to, we need to include the name here in double quotes as we have multiple characters. So I'm writing like this. Now I want to print the message here. So all the messages we can print here. So when we are printing that, let us assume system dot out dot print. So result I'm writing here. System dot out dot print line a, then price name. So these are the various data types we are going to demonstrate in this program. So when we run this one, as you can see here, true 10 22.33 educast. These are the messages we are going to print. For example, I want to display all the values in separate lines. For that, I'm going to use print ln. So when I'm going to use print ln, it is saying that print in new line. The next line character we are going to have in print new line. Instead of ln, we can also write new line character inside the parenthesis here. When we run this code, see, in previous case, we got in the same line, but now we got in different lines. Now, so let us improvise this code again. Now, instead of displaying result, I want to display some message here. The result is result. Now, when we are writing like this, we need to have plus here, that is concatenation operator. So in Java, plus means concatenation operator. It will concat the text what we given in this double quotes with the result here. So when we run this, you can see the result is true. Just I am giving colon here, then double quotes, the integer value equal to, double quotes I am writing here, plus, same manner, the price is colon double quotes plus price. The name is plus name. So if you run this code, as you can see, the result is like this we are going to get. We store the boolean variable here. If you consider the boolean variable, boolean result equal to true. What we are doing here, we are displaying the boolean value. What is the boolean value here? True. So it is going to display true. Just to improvise this again, what I'm doing is I'm adding one more if condition here. If result, if result equal to true, we can call, or simply we can write if result. By default, it is taking true here. System dot out dot print line result, or you can say the result is pass. Else system dot out dot print line, the result is fail. Like this also you can write here. Like this also you can write. Means what? If result is true, it is going to print this. If result is fail, this is going to print here. So when we run this code, as you can see here, the result is pass. For example, so I'm taking false here. Then if you run the code, see the result is fail, right? So the integer value is the next value also it is going to add it here because we wrote print here. If you write print ln, we are going to get the message in next line. When we have a single character, the character may be a number. We can also assign a number here by including the single quotes here. For example, I'm taking one more variable here, character grade equal to, in single quotes I'm writing sum 2. Like this also we can write. When we write like this, the 2 will be considered as a character here, and that character will be stored in the variable grade. So I'm taking grade 1 here, character grade 1 equal to 2. That means the variable we are taking is grade 1. Into that we are going to store 2 as a value here. So 2 will be converted into character type. Like this, we can have any number of variables inside the program. So like name, we can, if you want to give some spaces also, we can do here, and without spaces also we can give. So that's all for now.